So not only did they find Lil Melo guilty, right? They give him 35 years, bro, right?
That's it. They send a message. Yeah. Yeah. It ain't the end of the road. This is buy it. Yes. Keep your head up. We got your bag. We got your bag. That's the family. I gotta put y'all from my city. Hey, hold up. I got to. My Baton Rouge people, man. You love Karmelo. My Baton Rouge people. My Baton Rouge people. Hey. Free Karmelo. Free Karmelo. Free Karmelo.
Hold the f up. The word of the day is accountability. You mean to tell me Carmelo Anthony people raised over $700,000 on a GoFundMe and they sent this man on a platter into a Texas fucking courtroom with a public defender, a court-appointed We cooked as people. We cooked as people. How in the could you see your son in court with a court? Now, I understand shit get rough and times get hard, but you raised over $700,000 and you went and bought a house and a car and your son's life on the line? That shit is unacceptable. That shit is unacceptable. Yeah. Court system does. But what about his parents failing him, man? Come on, bruh. How y'all gonna send this man? This shit serious as you already know what it is, then you looking at the color of the skin. How could y'all, bruh?
While I can understand my brother's frustrations, we need to be sure to not put out no misinformation, bruh, right? I hear they froze their accounts. GoFundMe wouldn't release the money to them. This, that, and the third.
Black people gave almost $700,000 to this family and played race. So guess what they did? They froze the money.
They always freeze the money. That's why I don't like them GoFundMes.
They froze the money, and they only made it possible for the lawyers to get it. So guess who showed up? Black community activists with their civil rights lawyers on a murder case.
Right.
They had, this family needed criminal attorneys. They showed up with civil rights leaders and civil rights lawyers. Why? They planned for the big payday. So the white folk froze the money. Guess what these niggas did? They went and got 2 white boy lawyers to help them get the money. And then the white boy lawyers kept the money. The family never got the money.
Even that, right? To go through this trial in a system that we know is rigged seems to be a bit counterproductive. Not gonna lie.
Tale as old as time.
The family never got to touch the money.
That's like if you facing a murder charge, you don't go get a fucking random attorney. You get the baddest motherfucker that deals with capital murder cases, right?
I didn't even tell you. I hired the dad and my road manager last year. Because they...
Yeah, you did. I remember?
Yeah, oh, I did tell you. I was just...
It didn't last,
I was
remember?
just getting him money, man. So, man, I was just getting him money. But he couldn't be on the road with me because they was threatening his family. So he had to go back home and protect his family. I bought his son a car.
Remember, I was like, he ain't gonna know what to do. And he was like, I want to make sure he eats. So we rolled with it. I think he came out to like maybe 1 or 2 dates. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. He couldn't do it because he had to get back home.
Oh.
I knew you were hurt yesterday. I heard it in your voice. And I like to think I know you very well. And I've never heard you speechless. So yesterday, talking to me, you were speechless. And you just couldn't find the words, so I knew you were hurt.
I've been lying to that kid for a whole year straight, every day, sending him prayers, talking about how good God is. I've been lying like a motherfucker, like I really know God. I've been talking that fake talk to a kid, nigga, as if, man, so I can only imagine what's in his head.
So not only were their accounts frozen, right? It seems that the victim's family and the DA were buddy-buddy.
The gig is up, people. They done found the photo of the judge, Jet Metcalf, the dad, having a celebration at a Christmas party. Thanks to Sam's Secret Service, he came with the proof, but I want to say he was having trouble confirming it. So I did my own investigation and did a little research myself just to confirm that the image is real and not AI generated. And it seems nobody have told Jack Metcalf to keep his Facebook page on private while the trial is active, because all of this evidence is all on his Facebook page. Literally, all you have to do is search up Jeff Metcalf and all of the images is right there. And the jury and nobody see this as a conflict of interest? You have to be fucking kidding me. This not only proved that Karmelo is not guilty, but this case is fucking corrupt. They've been trying to play in our face this whole fucking time. And it's all just out there in the public. We need to get the fucking jury to see this shit before they make their verdict, because this does not sit right with me. This is a bunch of bullshit. If they don't dismiss this case and throw this fucking case out and give Karmelo a not guilty, I don't think this is going to sit well with the community, especially with all of this evidence and proof out. That's something that they damn sure don't want to deal with.
Now, it's people in the comments saying, report this to the FBI as a conflict of interest, right? I don't think people really understand, the magnitude of this thing, right? And how systematic it is. They're all in this shit together, you ask me.
Crockett, you might have seen that Carmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years. I want to get your reaction to the trial and the verdict.
My heart breaks for so many reasons. And so I was just speaking to a student that is shadowing me who wants to be a public defender, and so it takes me back to what actually made me decide to get into this legislative work in the first place, because I know that our systems are broken. And what we saw with that verdict is the evidence of a broken system. Now listen, from everything that I understand, which I wasn't at the trial because obviously I got a day job, but it's my understanding that Karmelo ended up stabbing, puncturing, I don't know what this tool was that they talk about, knife, or some refer to it as a tool. He ended up hitting Austin one time, and it was about where he hit him. One time, 2 inches. This wasn't someone who said, hey, let me...
Oh, man, he only stabbed him one time? They make it seem like he was just out there on top of him, grounding and pounding.
Stab you 5, 6, 7 times. And so when you're looking at the punishment range, there's a reason in Texas that it goes from 5 to 99 or life, because you are looking at how intentional, like how bad was this? 35 years for a kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him. Listen, a lot of people don't know what it is to live as a black person in this country, but just like you can give the benefit of the doubt to so many police officers when they go out and they shoot some black unarmed person, even though they are trained, The fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this black boy said that I was scared, or the fact that honestly anybody else who did something with such a small object, all I know is that it wasn't considered unlawful carrying of a weapon because the blade was not long enough.
And them the type of games they play, bruh. Only reason why they was probably trying to put him out the tent, because he was black. In the rain too, bruh. Free him, bruh. This shit's so crazy.
That they wouldn't even say, well, maybe this was more so something that looked like manslaughter.
Well, some people might say, why are you even bringing a knife like that to a track meet?
Yeah, people may say that, but walk a day in my shoes and then respond. Because we as black folks say, why is it that people need long-armed guns when we are going out and having a First Amendment protest? But people say that's their right. They are allowed to do that. And again, it wasn't against the law for him to have it. It may have been prohibited by school rules, which he wasn't at his school at the time. But it definitely was not against the law.
So you think race played a role in the verdict?
Oh my God. I know Collin County. So absolutely. Collin County is right north of Dallas County. And I can tell you that I have had cases that I felt like played out differently because of the counties that they were in. And unfortunately, that was not the county for a black boy.
And the fact that people even say that right about certain places lets us know that, basic for one, it's common knowledge that we ain't moved as far as people like to make it seem like, right? Secondly, I heard he didn't have a knife. I heard he had it was a cleat cleaner type shit. You know, the police, they be having a little spice on them. So I guess they use a little sharp object to remove the dirt. It's a cold thing, right? But it's not surprising. Imagine being forcefully let out of slavery and then asked to be given a fair shot. Let's get into this last little clip before we get out of here, though, bro.
There isn't a black American on earth that is surprised by what just happened to Karmelo Anthony. In a stand your ground state, while standing his ground. Not one black face in that jury box, not one peer, not one person who has ever navigated this country in melanated skin. And if you think that doesn't matter, then you haven't been paying attention to the last 400 years of American history, because you don't want to. This is not new. This is the system working exactly as it was designed. The reason this keeps happening, the reason we keep standing at these grave sites, at these courthouses, at these press conferences with tears and signs and hashtags is because Black America doesn't have any collective political or economic power. When you don't control the legislation, when you don't control who sits on the bench and who draws the jury pool, your outrage, however righteous, does not move this racist machine. Liberation has never been given. It has always been taken. And until Black America builds the kind of consolidated economic and political power that makes the cost of this oppression too high to sustain, we will keep seating all white juries. They will keep shooting us in the back or in our beds while we sleep. They will keep saying they feared for their lives after they do it. Black folks, I need you to stop calling it a boycott. We're not boycotting anything. You need to circulate the black dollar forever for our economic power. It's not a boycott. It's a replacement. We will circulate the black dollar. We will build an infrastructure. We will govern ourselves because we have no choice. This pathetic society will never change. They are still raising their children to be just as racist as they are. Racism is a learned behavior. You understand? Anti-blackness is deeply rooted in every ethnic group, even within our own community. That's what we're dealing with. You want to talk about allyship? Stop trying to infiltrate our organizations and focus on stopping your people, your community, from being racist degenerates. Do the work in your own community. I love you, black man. I love you, black woman. Knowledge is power, power to the people.
But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, bro. Another brother bites the dust, all right? No, they ain't like us. System for sure wasn't made for us. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Ay, I need that cheese like a grater, ho. Don't play me like no sin, cause I never Captain Saber, ho. Yeah.